In the decade before our freeze, tuition went up 118%. And as parents, Tonette and I knew that our kids just graduated a few years ago. In fact, our youngest is a graduate of the University of Wisconsin. So I'm proud that we froze tuition 6 years in a row, and I want to continue to freeze tuition for the next 4 years.
Governor, your time is up, and the first part of the question specifically asked whether DACA students should be entitled to in-state tuition as they are in several other states. Could you address that, please, in 30 seconds?
Sure. And, Jill, what I was saying about that is we're a nation of immigrants and a nation of laws. The laws are very clear at the federal level. They need to be changed at the federal level, as well as freezing tuition to make it more affordable.
So that was a yes or a no on in-state tuition?
Well, I said the laws. The laws are very clear at the federal level. We cannot do that without being in violation of federal laws.
We'll go on.
Walk onto many dairy farms in Wisconsin and you will find a melting pot in the milking parlor. Studies show more than half of the labor force are immigrants. Those workers and the farmers who employ them live in fear of increased deportation actions, as we saw in Wisconsin just weeks ago, and what that could mean to the state's $43 billion dairy industry. Do you believe immigrant labor should remain a part of Wisconsin's dairy industry, and what would you push for as governor? Governor Walker, we begin with you.
Well, again, as I mentioned, we're a nation both of immigrants and of laws. When I was looking through some of my father's papers recently after his passing,
those applying for a driver's license in Wisconsin are currently required to show proof of citizenship. Should there be a way to license and regulate undocumented immigrants who drive on Wisconsin's roads? If not, why not? If so, how and when will it be done? Governor Walker, you are first.
Well, thank you. And again, as I talked about before, we're a nation of immigrants, but we're also a nation of laws. And that clearly puts us in violation of the federal law. That's the reason why we need federal officials to stand up and make positive affirmative changes that allow for legal immigration into the state from anywhere around the world. But we need to make sure that we're in compliance with federal law, and that means to address issues like this, we need the federal government to make those changes.
Mr. Evers.
My father-in-law came from Holland, farmed in Sheboygan County for years, and then worked at Kohler Company. And then the next wave of immigrants came, and then the next wave of immigrants. I can tell you that that is going to happen as long as I'm alive in the state of Wisconsin, or any one of us. We have to accept that fact. So, do I think that we should have driver permits for undocumented folks that are working in the state of Wisconsin? The answer is yes.